Hey everybody, this is Matt Dickman, and this is another edition of First Look. Today I'm going to give you a first look at BrightKite's beta. This is kind of the new hotness as far as social networks go, and it really combines a lot of features that a couple of other networks really offer as their primary focus, and has tried to roll them all together. So that presents some obvious benefits to the user, which I'll tell you about, but it's also kind of challenging as a content creator when you're actually trying to use their software, and I'll show you exactly why in just a second. So over here you can see this is kind of the initial page, and BrightKite is really kind of a social network, but it's hinged on really the differentiating factor here is that it knows where you are. So it knows, like, if I'm in Cleveland, it can tell me which of my friends are in Cleveland, who's traveling here that I know, or just in general what's happening around me throughout the whole BrightKite community. So let's take a look here. I can see on this first page me and my friends, and what it basically allows you to do is update notes. So kind of like think of notes as like Twitter updates. So kind of like presence, like what you're doing. Or just kind of like where you are, what's going on, that kind of thing, as well as photos. The only problem here is that it doesn't tie into Twitter. It won't pull Twitter messages into this application, and it also won't tie into Flickr. So basically, if you're going to upload something to Flickr in here, you have to send 2 messages. If you're going to update Twitter and this, it's 2 messages. And I really think that that's going to be kind of a killer down the road unless they roll those 2 things together. So basically what you do is when you come into the system, you check in, and you can check in through the web, or you can check in through a mobile phone by sending a text message with where you are. And you can create kind of place marks. So the 2 place marks that I have set up right now are home and work. So all it basically lets you do is like check in here. So I can check in. Now my network was just alerted that this is where I am. And you can set varying levels of privacy so that some people who you trust can see exactly where you are. Other people kind of see at the city level, so that you're not really giving away the exact address location like I have put here for my work address. So if I go back to this what's happening screen, me and my friends are up here first. Here's George Nemeth. He's just a couple blocks away. I know that because I know George. But then you can see kind of other things that are happening just within my network. If I go local to this around me, it's just going to pull in people that are within 4,000 meters basically. So it's dependent on other people putting in their exact location, approximated as closely as they can. And then I can go to the BrightKite universe and see what's happening around the world. So there's really no filter here. It's just the whole stream of consciousness. So it's, people are uploading what they're eating, where they're traveling. There's a lot of coffee images on here, people that are drinking coffee, as well as their updates. So you can go just to your friends. You can kind of see who's there, who you trust as close friends. You can say that, and they can see, like I said, your exact location. Visited places. These are places where I've checked in before. I got my invite when I was in San Francisco, so that was one of the first places I checked in. You can send messages back and forth, kind of private messages to people. And all of this you can do over mobile as well. So you can send a mobile message to their service. You can SMS where you are. You can SMS a note, that type of thing. And you can search. So, if I want to see what's happening in Denver, Colorado, I hit go, and it basically filters by location, so it's just showing me what's happening in Denver. And I think this is really going to grow as more and more people get on here. It's going to become more valuable as you can see a larger group of people around where you are. And the more friends you have on here, obviously, the better. Now this does, like I said, it takes on kind of what Doppler's doing from a travel social network. It actually does it adds a couple more features that Doppler probably should really get a move on. Hint, hint to those guys. But it also creates a little bit of confusion with the overlap with Twitter and Flickr. It's going to make you do double duty, and I'm not really ready to do that right now. I'm still updating on Twitter. I'm not updating here. It's 2 things. So they need to find a way to pull those together because it's definitely relevant. So that's it for this time. That's BrightKite. I've got a couple more invites. So if you are interested in the service while it's still in private beta, drop me an email, mattdickman@gmail.com. Also, if you know of a service that you would like me to look at or that you have a beta invite for, just shoot me an email, mattdickman@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment on the post. That's it for this time. I'll talk to you soon.